Man, bro, I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't. Man, fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
DJ Nemo.
Bang. The motherfucking dust kicker. Who can you trust? Do you have the heart to see a nigga before you bust? My name is spoken on the tongues of so many foes. Busting motherfuckers out the box, I ain't even go. Now how the hell do you explain my claim to fame? From doing flicks to busting tricks out the fucking frame. Got these bitches on my jock, niggas on my block. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking clock. And busting niggas' asses to stay alive. Skinny ass player watching bigger motherfuckers fry. They ask me how I'm living, how I'm a hustler, fucking busters till they die. Now it's on in the ghetto, you ain't heard. Niggas got they AKs heading for the birds, aiming at them skinny ass bitches that are rain. Giving them a wet welcome to the house of pain. Multiple gunshots, burning, turning rappers to victims. I kick them all day, kick them all day. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking. Multiple gunshots, burning, turning rappers to victims. I kick them all day, kick them all day. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking.
30 days later, I'm back on the streets. Got a batch of bomb beat shit. I'm trying to eat feet to the pavement. Money, I'm craving it. What about the bitches, dawg? Are you saving them? Can a blind man see? Can a shark survive out of water for a week? A snitch is a snitch if he solemnly speak. I don't know nan nutter. I'm a product of the beach. To each his own, hard as stone. A lot of y'all niggas bought as hard as phone. Dead wrong, trying to sneak to Mika the phone. Step back, nephew, I feel the heat of the chrome. G-Mon, Paw, in the heat of my cone. Plate full of shit, nigga, I never eat it alone. Heat it alone, then I put the weed in the bone. Step back at the feet of my throne, motherfucker.
Multiple gunshots, burning, turning rappers to victims. I kick them all day, kick them all day. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking. Multiple gunshots, burning, turning rappers to victims. I kick them all day, kick them all day. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking. Jealous ass suckers got them ducking for my smoking clock.
Cats playing games, so I'm going raw. Run up in that fucking building, kick down the door. I don't want no fucking problems with X. Y'all wanna see them four-legged beasts with them collars on their...
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CRN, the FEG Custom PC Money Race here at Talladega. I am joined again this week by Jimmy Covert. And Jimmy, how are you doing today, sir?
Well, you know, I've taken a little break. I just stepped out of the car from doing working with a team doing the Spot 24, but figured to come over here and join you in the booth as these guys will tackle here at Talladega and the trucks for the first event, and then obviously we have a doubleheader. So good to see people race for a while and take a little stress off my feet and hands and watch other people do the work.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I wanted to do the Spa 24, but I was like, you know, after last season, I was like, nah, road course racing just isn't for me. I'll stick to the oval side. So I just kind of sat back and watched. But with tonight's debut, qualifying already almost over, as so far looking like Alex Hill is going to put it on pull here just over Andrew Navarro. So a lot of people that me and you have seen from last week making their way back here tonight with these money races is, you know, you get a lot of new people coming in and you get a lot of the same people, so you know exactly how other people race. And then you get the new guys that come in, and now you got to worry about how aggressive they are, how they race, and so just trying to see what you can do throughout the whole race to see if you can get yourself up to the front. As you know, the first race is going to be just a little shorter of the distance than the second race, so we got to do the sprint before we can get to the endurance.
Yeah, I mean, these guys did a great job last night, and they were at Daytona, and just an awesome races. They had to perform, green flag pit stops and whatnot, and to see there was like 17 guys come down and pits at once, and not one accident. So it was really nice to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys could do here, because I do see a lot of the same faces now, a couple new ones obviously. But it looks like we have 18 people with the times in, then we have 19, 20, 21. looks like about 24 individuals here to run this race tonight. So looking forward to seeing what they can put out.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun here to watch as qualifying is over. Going to go ahead and bring up the grid. Starting lineup is going to be Alex Hill starting P number 1 with Andrew Navarro in P number 2. Rounding out your podium is going to be Kenneth McCullough Jr. P number 4 is going to be Jeff Merck. 5th is going to be Nash Brambilla. 6th will be Michael Triscaro. 7th, Joshua McCullough. 8th is going to be John Mullahan. 9th, John Ellis. Rounding out your top 10 will be Danny Eichelman. 11th will be Devin Ray. 12th will be Cody Reed. 13th will be Ron Mose Jr. 14th will be Jeremy Osborne. 15th, Austin B. Floyd. 16th will be Cameron. 17th, Jonathan Byram. 18th, Robert Call. Jason D. Maines in P number 19. John Ward rounding out your top 20. In 21st will be Dean Grob. 22nd, Logan York. 23rd will be Ambrose Niebel. Is looking there, it looks like Jimmy Covert's in the starting lineup, so I had to go around.
Yeah, like I said, my mind's like out to lunch, I guess. I thought I'd hit watch so I wouldn't show up on the list, but obviously Jeff knows who we are. But I will keep the truck in the pits, as I don't belong out there. I didn't submit a payment to be racing with these guys, and these guys are actually really good, and it's good to see that they have a couple teams out there to get to work together, because with these big plate track racing like that, it really does pay to have somebody out there to work with if possible.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to find your friends where you can make them, but if you have your teammates out there with you, it's going to make it a little bit more different for you. So you're going to have that person that you can trust behind you or in front of you, depending on let's say me and you are out there, we're running side or nose to tail. I may be a better pusher than you, and you'd want me behind you, or vice versa. It could go either of which way as the field going to start making their way around this 2.66 mile of a racetrack.
Yeah, and also another thing that Jeff does for these guys is he makes them not go 3 wide for at least 2 laps, and that's even to include restarts. And that basically allows the drivers to kind of get around here, so you don't have a caution after caution. It can happen. It did happen last week as people were trying to push their vehicles as hard as possible. But tonight, I think we're going to see a little different story, a little bit lighter field than last weekend. So this is only the first of 2 races. Like we said, it's going to be a doubleheader here on CRN. But right now, it's, I keep seeing Sean Hill, but I hear you say Alex Hill?
Yeah. Alex Hill and the number 77 starting on the front row with Andrew Navarro on his outside. So we seen it last week, Jimmy, where the inside lane was pretty dominant, but the outside lane, if they get it wound up enough and stay in a tight-knit pack, that outside can come into play as well. And me, personally, I'd rather be anywhere that I can sacrifice a little bit of entry for a better run on the exit. So you're going to see a lot of give and take maybe within this first 25 laps here tonight. You're going to see people kind of go from the top to the bottom, bottom of the top, go from the front to the back, just trying to stay out of the carnage that could happen here at Talladega. But pace car going to go down into pit lane. And it's going to be a long drive all the way to the Geico restart zone. First initial green flag is on the part of the flagman. Going through the tri-oval now. Everybody side by side. 23 trucks in action here tonight. The 72, 42 on the front row. They're back to racing here on a Saturday night with the FEG Custom PC Money Race, Talladega race number 1 is already. Everybody already trying to fan out, get in line, and just try to find their way around Talladega Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and I see there the McCullough brothers getting hooked up right away as he kind of went to the high side, just stood up behind his brother, kind of get that train going early. Right now, obviously, they need to stay at 2 by 2, and you know, it gets, you get anxious, you get a good run, and you want to make the move. But plenty of race here. We have 25 laps here for our first race, so it will go by quicker than a blink of an eye for the most part.
Yeah, and you know, I'm starting to notice already. You can see down on that bottom lane a couple of trucks dipping down below that yellow line, and it's a little bit harder to keep that truck on the up above the yellow line when you're running the inside lane like that. So when you see drivers going down below, it's just the truck kind of get a little bit upset from, you know, being the pushy or the pusher, you know, just one little wrong tap. As you see here, going down below the yellow line is going to be the number 03, going to be able to bring it back up, and that's going to allow Andrew Navarro to go from the top down to the bottom.
Yeah, and I'm kind of taking a little different look back around Jason Maines. Is a little bit farther back in the field, as these guys are just 2x2, trying to buy their time. In the front of the field, a lot of shuffling around back and forth. I know if I was in the back of the field, I'd be, you know, definitely trying to be a little patient, as, you know, 25 laps is a nice little distance. It's a nice quick sprint race here. That's a good way to start off the night. So these guys are looking to go 3 wide here at about halfway in the back of the pack.
Yeah, looking at it now, looks like Ron Morris Jr. trying to lead that outside lane, not able to do so. Going to tuck back down in the draft of the 2 wide situation up in front. But, you know, Jason Maines started towards the back, and we seen what he could do last week. I mean, he somehow miraculously made it through that carnage of the final lap of the second race and was able to get that win last week. But now you can see it's a lot more tamer than it was last week, as Jason Maines putting it to the outside of Ron Morris Jr. Going to be able to have the run. It looks like the 26, McCullough, going to drive up to the top, but no, he's going to fall back in line, as you have 4 trucks on the outside, and after that, it's everybody down on the insides.
Yeah, last night Jason Baines' luck ran out as they were coming down to the finish. He ended up wrecking and finished 9th for the evening last night, but looking to maybe regain his luck here at Talladega, where he won just last week 2 races in a row for the weekend. But again, Andrew Navarro, he finished 2nd last night, so again, looking to get another great finish here at Talladega.
Yeah, and already you can see just how much more tamer everybody is. They're not bouncing back and forth, able to hold the 3 wide situation for about 2 laps now, as we're still on the board with the number 76, Ron Morris Jr., kind of right in the middle of the pack. Somewhere where you don't really want to be, especially in a plate track race, but it's kind of godsend if you look at it that way. You know, you have enough time to get a little bit more of a checkup going on if they wreck in front of you. Just the only problem is being on the outside and having, you know, nowhere to go if they do start wrecking. But looking at it now, still 3 wide, Jason Maines being stuck in the middle. And still up front is that number 77, Alex Hill, taking over the race lead from Andrew Navarro. Andrew Navarro is going to drop back to P number 4. And there we go, back down to 2 wide here for the first, I don't know, probably 16, 18 cars. As everybody now has finally found out where they want to be, and seems like 3 wide is not the way to go this early in the race.
Yeah, plenty of race left as we're only on lap 6. As Alex Hill and Jeff Merrick lead the field around here, around Talladega, trying to put themselves in a money win situation here tonight. Obviously, a quarter of this race has gone by in no time at all, and I'm sure half these drivers will probably be in the 2nd race here that will be broadcasted on CRN. Again, I just want to give a shout out to all the fans out there and everybody that joins us here on CRN as we give live broadcasts throughout iRacing through multiple series. So if you like what you see, please give us that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you out on the track.
Yeah, it's absolutely a pleasure, you know, to be a part of the CRN crew. You know, we pretty much have filled up our whole week as of right now, just grabbing anything that we can in bringing some great showcases to everybody's leagues, as the 8 of John Ellis Jr., actually the 24, goes all the way to the front, using that outside to his advantage. He's going to leave Jason Maines and the number 34, I do believe, not sure who it is. They're going to leave them out on the top by themselves, and now the 72 or 77 making his way back up to the front, as the 8 can't make his truck wide enough to block all 3 lanes.
That's a lot of track to try to block with one vehicle, as you know they can go 4 wide here if you got the skilled enough drivers to do so. 3 is usually pretty safe getting around here at Talladega, but one of the widest and longest tracks, a little bit looked like Eli Howe getting off, pushed down to the inside to the back of the pack, but they are 3 wide, and anything can happen here. Obviously, we're on lap 8 of 25, and these guys need to hold on to it just for a few more laps and make this thing go continuously green. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Dylan, I think right around lap 17 they might have to pit.
Yeah, that would actually be nice to see, you know, put field strategy into the game. Is just before that happened, Jason Maines squeezing the needle right down in front of Andrew Navarro. Now Andrew Navarro all the way up on the top shelf, so now we're back to 3x3 all the way through the pack, and you can see how cautious these drivers are, kind of trying to keep their wheels as straight as they can. You see a couple of bobbles here and there, but everybody giving enough room to each other, depending on if you're in the middle, the outside, or the inside. Everybody giving enough room for everybody out there and around the track, as almost one driver up into the wall. That's going to be Ron Morris, able to keep his number 76 machine out of the wall. Looking at it now, it's going to be Jeff Merck taking the lead over the number 77.
Yeah, so a little bit of leader swap going on. You know, people might be trying to save a little bit of fuel, making that pit stop just a little bit shorter. Any advantage you can get is a good one. So we'll see how these guys play this out, as we are on lap 10 of 25. Still 3x3, pretty much for the whole field.
Yeah, and it got a little bit nerve-wracking there as the 77 and 8 go down into the inside. The 77 tried to clear himself there, just not able to do so. The 8 doing what he can to get back on the track without causing any other melee, and he does so, but that's going to bring out our first caution of the night. As, man, that was a bad... I'm gonna have to go back and rewind it.
And one vehicle, glad that the caution came out when it did, is that that number 1 truck.
Yeah,
of Robert Kale.
Definitely want to see that caution come out. And once I seen the 05 jump down towards the inside, the 77 tried doing the same and just kind of hesitated on the move. You see here the 77 moving on down, the 8 with the run, and just ran out of real estate there. The 77 going to get turned back around. The 8 Black Rifle Coffee going to be able to get that car still on a rolling. He's going to back it into the wall. I'd rather see somebody back it into the wall instead of go nose first and hurt the engine. So he's able to get that truck refired and get back to the racing scene, as these drivers do have one fast repair in the pits.
Yeah, he just he thought he was clear. He came down and obviously was not. So at least he's able to take that truck into the pits and still give this thing a chance here tonight to finish out in a decent finish.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely something that you want to do, and honestly, I would think maybe with this caution on lap 11, I would want to come down and top off on fuel and just see where I could be at for fuel coming out of pit lane, as nobody elected to go down pit lane, just the drivers that were involved in the wreck. So everybody seems like track position is where they want to make their time at. So Andrew Navarro gonna take the lead on over with John Mulholland in P number 2 with Joshua McCullough running at your top 3. Looking at the comments over here, we got FEG saying Alex Hill and Kenneth are my favorites, I'd say. Barry, want to say thank you to Barry, always checking into every CRN broadcast. Doesn't matter if it's the FEG, UCRL, anything that Core Racing League has on, Red Line Racing, the new league that you guys just brought on as well, or Lucky Dog in Smoky Grassroots Racing. Barry is always in the comment section rooting on every driver, and they both FEG and Barry both were pulling for Mr. Alex Hill tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alex took a quick spin, so he's gonna have to bring that truck down pit lane, get some repairs with some fresh tires, and keep this thing going here tonight. But got to bring it in the pits. Is one thing about Talladega, plenty of time to get some repairs done in order to and catch back up to the field. So we'll see how Alex does after getting this vehicle fixed, as he is obviously taking some tires right now.
Alex is still in pit lane. I'm gonna go ahead and look at his truck, see if he did take that fast repair, and he did not. So Alex Hill still in pit lane, wanted to save that fast repair for when he needed it the most, as these drivers are going to be double filing it back up, and pace lights might be going off this time by. Want to say thank you to everybody that has joined us on this fabulous Saturday night with CRN, as we bring you live coverage of not one but 2 FEG Custom PC Money races here at Talladega. This is just the sprint before the endurance. There will be one more stream right after the conclusion of this race. Want to say thank you to everybody out there watching. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, comment button. Share with your friends, your family, your dog, your goldfish, your cat, your mom, your dad, your grandma, anybody that anybody can think of. Make sure you guys hit all bell notifications so you guys don't miss anything that CRN has to offer, as we have a little bit of everything throughout the whole week on a CRN, whether it's dirt racing, road racing, oval, the Premier Series, for example. They do a little bit of everything, Jimmy. I mean, I used to run the Premier Series, and now I kind of step back and put myself up in the broadcast booth. But I mean, Premier Series, you got road, you got oval, you got dirt road, you got all 4 disciplines, different car, different track every single week. So you're not continuously running those same car or track combo, and that by far is really cool to see. You know, some leagues still do that type of scrambler format, as other people would call it.
Yeah, it's a very unique way to run races, obviously, and you want to get out there and try to do your best in every single discipline. But it gives the people the opportunity, you know, maybe just to try dabble and everything, and then, you know, if it comes to like dirt racing, and then you get a chance to do it, something that maybe a lot of people don't do. But you know, maybe you thought about doing road, and you know, I mean, it counts for championship points, so the best overall driver is obviously going to win the championship. But anyways, these guys here aren't looking for a championship. These guys here are looking for some greenbacks, as the pace lights, or the lights are out in the pace car, as it looks like Andrew Navarre and John Mulholland will lead these guys to the green flag as it starts right now.
Yeah, Andrew Navarro waiting for the green flag to drop. Doesn't want to get that much of a run out by himself. Doesn't want to be sitting in the catbird seat and having everybody behind him being 10 mile an hour faster. And then he gets stuck just riding in the coattails of everybody else. He's going to move up to the outside with Josh McCullough in the number, or actually John Mullahan in the number 2 machine. So Andrew Navarro wants to play the outside lane game here and leave Josh McCullough down on the inside by himself, as he's got Michael Triscaro pushing that number 05 to the front, but it's going to be side by side coming off turn number 4. These drivers have to keep it 2 by 2 for at least the first 2 laps. So you're going to see these drivers be nice and calm. We're in the first 11 laps, super clean, very competitive all the way through the pack. And once we get past those 2 laps, you're going to start seeing some of these drivers take the initiative to make it 3 wide and to see if they can't go from the back towards the front. And with that caution, these drivers still have to pit to make it the rest of the way. So green flag pit stops maybe around lap 21, 22, give or take. As you know, the caution laps, you know, you can hard save your fuel, you can do anything and everything you possibly can. As Andrew Navarro playing defense on both sides of the track, the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, and he's going to lose the lead here, possibly by Josh McCullum.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, last night he finished in P number 2, because they had a pretty decent finish last night. They were 3 wide, so, you know, and he was able to come away with a P number 2. But again, here, trying to go for a total win here at Talladega. There's a lot of familiar faces out here, a lot of quick guys, you know, a lot of guys that join us every single week that Jeff decides to put it on, and it's almost like a mini league. Like a paid entry for, like, you know, every race, but you know, it's kind of more like a higher risk, bigger reward type thing, and it's you know, if you got what it takes, if you can draft the best of them, especially if you have a partner. Usually it looks like they have a few spots open. Feel free to join Jeff Scott and the crew. You can find him on their Discord, and he'll open up the entry fees and get you entered in, and then about an hour prior to the race, we'll give you message him and he'll give you the password in order to get in. Oh, a little slide to the top by the 60, cutting off that number 23.
Yeah, a big run by the number 60. He's going to be able to take the lead. Now he's going to go all the way down to the inside. Had to keep it in the middle as Andrew Navarro was able to keep it there on his left side. But a big wiggle from the number 60, getting a big push, and you can see just how dangerous that pushing the pushy could be, as we've seen a couple of trucks get a little bit wibbly wobbly going through the corners.
Yeah, a little bit of action and a couple cars back there as they get shuffling around here. It just seems like the inside line, as safe as it can be, can sometimes not get the run that you want, especially coming down to the start finish line.
Yeah, you know, it is definitely where you kind of want to be, you know, down on the inside. You don't really have to worry about anybody going below you. You just got to worry about the run on top. And, you know, I've seen and watched a couple of these drivers, a little bit of a dooring action there. I've seen some of these drivers get out ahead of the bottom 2 lanes, and they go down from the top all the way to the bottom. Me as a racer, I don't know, Jimmy, if you've ever done this, but me, if I'm following somebody and I'm just so zoned in and focused on the driver in front of me that I'm like going to follow him, if I see him cut down, my normal instinct, without even thinking, I cut down with him, and sometimes that creates, you know, a tragedy in the field where, you know, I'll take out the top 2 with me, and then, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I've done it. It's not the smartest move on my part, but it's just, you're so zoned in on what you got in front of you that you forget that there's other cars beside you, and you just want to keep with that person that you're pushing. As, we got together, and there they all go. That collected pretty much the whole field. As that's maybe the top 5 got through that.
I don't know, that was a big one there, as a lot of people that were involved in that crash right there. So a lot of people getting shimmied to the back as they get the trucks moving back forward again. So I'm sure Dylan will give us a great replay to see what happened.
Yeah, it's looking like Andrew Navarro gave the 34 just a nice little nudge going into the corner. That kind of upset his truck going into turn number 3. at the same time, the 92 is getting a push as he's pushing the 03, and that kind of just net-coated each other. The 34 goes up, tags the 76 and the 92. Andrew Navarro luckily escapes with minimal damage, but behind Navarro, absolute yard sale. Come on down, pick up a quarter panel for $5, signed by every driver out here tonight. As that was the big one here tonight, and just yard sale galore as we see a front bumper flying off of the number 60 machine. And the new damage model on these trucks is absolutely amazing. You know, you get quarter panels flying off, you get the rear bumpers, tires fall off now, so making the truck just a little bit more realistic, like any other car that we've seen.
Since the new damage model, you know, is in effect, if you had a big accident and your tire busted off your truck and it crossed the start-finish line for everybody else, would you be the winner?
I kind of want to try that theory. I mean, I know in the ARCA car, your tire can fly off. Same with the 87. I know your tire can fly off too. I mean, if you think about it, it's still part of your car. You can always make it. So I mean, might as well see if that works. I mean, I'm gonna have to get a hold of iRacing to see if we can make that a new rule. Like, hey, my tire flew off and I crossed. My tire finished before me. Do I still get the win for it?
You know, it's no different than Ricky Bobby and whatchamacallit running the start-finish line to finish the race. But anyways, Kenneth McCullough out up front over with John Ward, John Ellis, Andrew Navarro, Ron Morris, and Nash Bramble, Joshua McCullough, Cameron Blanchett, and Eli Hugh, and Jonathan Byram for your top 10.
Yeah, looking at Cody Reed and Peter 11 is... Yeah, a lot of these the whole field pretty much had to pit there after that yard sale that they had towards turn number 3 and 4. So a lot of these drivers are good on fuel. They more likely took some tires after the spins that they had. And then obviously they got a fresh new looking truck. They're going to try to make their way through the pack. But I mean, it's green, white, checkered. Can a driver from the back of the pack get up towards the front, even though with it being a lap 21, going green with about 2 laps to go, are they allowed to go 3 wide right off the rip and get the racing going, or are we just going to be able to see just 2 wide all the way throughout the whole rest of the race?
Yeah, it becomes very, very interesting. And that's just all I could say to it. But definitely going to be a very interesting a final few laps here of race number 1 at Talladega.
Yeah, it's not about where you are when you start. It's about where you're at the finish. We could see Michael Triscaro back in 17th position come up and snag the win away. I mean, Austin B. Floyd back in 20th. He could get the win. Devin Ray in 19th can. Logan York. Anybody at any given point at Talladega or Daytona, any super speedway could indeed win here tonight. It's all about luck. Luck has to be on your side. Be like Dale Earnhardt with a lucky penny on your dash. It'll lead you to the promised land, I promise you. As pace lights are off, 3 laps to go. It's going to be Kenneth McCullough Jr. and John Ward on the front row. John Ellis and Andrew Navarro, row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be Nash Brambilla and Ron Morris Jr. That's going to round out your top 6. This is going to be a great...
It's going to be a great finish here, Dylan, like you said, as you're going down through some of the drivers, but also want to give a shout out to all the viewers out there that have joined and have decided to say something in the chat. The Isaac Smith, Logan York, Austin Floyd, Barry, obviously, KPTV, Pointers, Kevin Foster, nice to see you out there, buddy, and Julie Paul rooting on Nash to win this thing. So let's go, boys. The fans want to see you complete this race under green and do the best you can.
Yeah, we're actually going to take a time and ride along with people towards the back of the pack just to see how it looks through the pack, see what they can do to get all the way up and through here. I'm just going to pick one random driver. We're going to ride along with Michael Triscaro, give you an on-board look as he gets up and then through the gears when they get ready to go green. As you know, it can go one of both ways. It could go really good or it could go really bad. As you know, play track racing, luck, it's got to be on your side. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But Kenneth McCullough going to lead these drivers to the green, and you can see it here. Michael staying on the back bumper of that number 2 machine of John Mollahan. Getting ready to pull up to the Geico restart zone. Can't go until, well, you can go whenever inside that restart zone, as we are back to racing. Michael Triscaro gets a great jump on the field, going to move all the way up to the middle, and already they say they're not taking any prisoners. 3 wide to the front, as already into turn number 1 and 2, the 34 not taking any prisoners. And look at that, Jason Main's going to make it 4 wide on the outside. He's got the 54 in front of him, and they're going to make moves back here in the back of the pack.
Yeah, trying to get to the front as quick as possible. Not many laps to go. There's another caution.
Oh, well, maybe
so,
they might save it here. Maybe, I don't know. Caution's going to come out as, oh man, just a lot of beating and banging there. As we're going to go ahead and jump back to a quick yellow flag. See what happened here. 4 wide, going 4 positions, and it looks like the 2 and the 21 got together in the beginning, just going from the same line. The 2 gets turned just a little bit and comes back down into the number 34, tags him, sends him on around. The 22 gets tagged, the 21 gets tagged again, the 34 again with another tag, and all the way up into the number 4, gets him a little bit loose. The 34, though, luckily locked it down and didn't get a lot of damage, as he barely scuffs the wall, had a little bit of fender crinkle, and it actually fell off. So another yard sale signed by Michael Triscaro. $5 gets you any kind of quarter panel you want.
They might want to charge a little more $5. I mean, they are virtual panels, but they might want to charge more $5. At least get their entry fee back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the entry fee was here tonight, but we'll start the bid at the entry fee of tonight's race, as Michael Triscaro is going to take that number 34 machine down into pit lane, get that truck repaired if he's got a fast repair, and get back out here and see if he just can't get back up to the front.
Yeah, we are now going to attempt another, after this caution, a green or white checker attempt. Will be the first one of 10. So let's hope we don't make it to 10. But these guys want to win. They want to put their truck in that victory lane to maximize the amount of greenbacks that they can put in their pocket for the weekend. So, but anyways, right now, John Ward and Andrew Navarro are looking to be in one of the better spots to finish this race. Just taking a glance back at my team that's running the spot, and I noticed that we moved up a few spots. So that's always a good thing to take a break, step out of one race, and be able to look back at somebody that's streaming it for us, and be able to see that we're still progressing forward. So that was one of the most shaky starts I've had in an endurance event, as it didn't qualify very well, and ended up moving back. Just was not happy with the car when I first got in it, and ended up sliding back all the way back to 39th. And I'm happy to say that our car is now currently sitting in 4th place. So big moves for what happened so far today, as we still have a lot of racing to go over there at a endurance event. But anyways, the event at hand right now is this 25 lap Talladega race with the trucks, with John Ward out front over Andrew Navarro, looking to win going into overtime, as we are going to at least complete 27 laps. So let's see how it ends here, Dylan. I'm just kind of curious to see if these guys can settle down for at least one lap before they try to make the move to the win.
Yeah, I think right now, I couldn't put it any better. I would say let's get through the first lap under green. Once we take that white flag, take off them gloves, let them brawl, see what happens. Then you can fight it all the way back to the finish line. As, like you said, John Ward and Andrew Navarro have the best seats in the house, want to be up front where they can kind of control the field, kind of back up each line. And you may never know, these two could be working together. They want to stay side by side, make it an even 1-2 finish, or maybe Andrew might want to get ahead of John Ward, or maybe John Ward wants to stay ahead of Andrew Navarro. Everybody is a teammate until that final lap, Sorry, but if you're in front of me and there's money on the line, ching, see you later, yard sale at your house. So, I mean, that's just a product of plate track racing, as a lot can happen in just 2 long laps. And look, for some odd reason, this race has clicked by so fast. I mean, 30 minutes into it, 26 laps complete, 2 or 3 cautions so far. Obviously, cautions are expected at a plate race, but very, very clean and very predictive about what people are going to do. More calm driving throughout this whole race, and it's just going to put up a sight to see for the next race coming up shortly.
Yeah, it's going to be another race out over at, again, here at Discord. At Discord. At Talladega. So in there, I was just looking, I'm reading their banner, their flyer. So over at Discord, at discord.gg/FEG, if you would like to join, the entry for the next race is $39. It starts at 10:35 p.m. Eastern. And they're looking at about 43 drivers or so hopefully they get their 43 drivers so they can pay out up to 8 people. Looking at some nice prizes there. First place being, this is for the next race, be $400 for first place, and then it goes back all the way to 100 to 5th, but 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th if 43 drivers buy-in will be able to collect that $100. So it's really good to see the drivers out there and hopefully get the participation, because if you like to roll the dice, you might get lucky and you can win $100. So double your money,
Exactly. This would be fun for me to race, but I don't think I would have spent the money to have anything happen. As we're back under green, the 03 and the 92 get a great launch down to the inside with Ron Morris Jr. down on the inside, leaving Andrew Navarro on the outside all by himself, and already gapping the top side is only 2 cars on that outside, 4 down on the inside. Can Andrew Navarro make something happen? Oh, it's Ron Morris Jr. gets turned, and they're going to keep it green, as was only a 1-car incident, but that's going to help out Navarro and Alex Hill come up through the pack.
It's a little bit of a good run and a little bit of a bumper will make tempers fly, as he was in a decent spot to maybe get into one of those payout spots to finish the first race of the tonight here at Talladega. But here we go. We are going to take the white flag, hopefully. And we will take the white flag, and this thing will be official, as we are on the last lap to finish this thing up here tonight.
Yeah, I gotta go ahead and take away the race monitor here, so that way we can see a whole screen full of drivers. Bring up the track map so you guys can see that at least, but the whole screen, nothing but trucks in Talladega. Andrew Navarro down to the inside, getting a push from John Ward, wrecking in the back, but here comes the 8 on the outside, going to try to pull the side draft. Can he make it happen? Andrew Navarro going to keep steady on that inside. It's going to be a drag race to the start-finish line, side by side. Andrew Navarro in the number 8. The 8's got the advantage. Can Navarro get back around him? He's not going to be able to do it, but Alex Hill might have come home P number 2. As that was an absolute drag race to the finish. Alex Hill not able to get around Andrew Navarro. Andrew Navarro got him by .002 of a second.
Yeah, so a pretty good finish there. It was, obviously they were wrecking in the back. The guys are trying to get to the front, but you could see as much as these guys wanted to maybe go around each other, they know that, they were in those positions to at least get a couple dollars back as they finished tonight's race here. But John Ellis being on top with Andrew Navarro and Alex Hill for your top three.
Yeah, just an absolute phenomenal of a finish. John Ellis making that outside work. Andrew Navarro making the inside work for himself. And then Alex Hill. What a recovery drive from him. Didn't use his fast repair at all. Was able to get back up there for the top three contender. Started on pole, lost 3 positions. Oh, that was a beautiful synchronized donut there. As we're going to go ahead and bring up the race results for you here tonight. As John Ellis is going to be able to come home P number 1. Andrew Navarro in second. Rounding out your top 3 will be Alex Hill. 4th will be John Ward. 5th, Jason Maines. 6th is going to be Kenneth McCullough. 7th is going to be Jonathan Byram. 8th, Logan York. 9th, Nash Brambilla. 10th will be Cody Reed. 11th will be Danny Eschleman. 12th, Joshua McCullough. 13th, Austin Floyd. 14th, Devin Ray. 15th, John Mullahan. 16th, Jeremy Osborne. 17th, Michael Triscaro. 18th will be Robert K. Call. 19th will be Jeff Merck. 20th will be Elijah Hall. 21st will be Cameron Blanchett Gillette. 22nd will be Dean Grob. 23rd, Ron Morris Jr. 24th is going to be Ambrose Nebel. That's going to be the results for tonight's race. Going to see if we can't just get with the race winner here before we get ready to go with the second race. See if we just can't find him here. Not seeing him anywhere.
A lot of drivers are heading over to the next race.
Well, we're gonna go. Yeah, I guess we won't do any interviews for this race, but we'll get back with the interviews on the second race. But we're gonna go ahead and shut this one down and get ready for the next race. We'll be seeing you here shortly. So make sure you guys take care. Brush your hair.
Peace.
Bro, I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't compare me to him.